What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unbreakable Grind. It's your guy CJ back with another video, man. It's been a long night. I've been up, but I saw this video. I had to get this reaction. So I'm reacting to a lady who pretty much is supposedly supposed to cry once she finds out a man is stronger than a woman. All right. So this should be interesting. Let's get right in there. Before we get to it, please, guys, if you could subscribe, help the channel out, man, I would really appreciate it, guys. That'll really help me out. And if you like the video, like it also. All right, let's get in there.
Fantastic. Can we ask you a really quick question for a little video? Just whatever comes to your mind naturally. What would you say? Can you name some things women just have a knack for more so than men?
Probably compassion and empathy and generosity of heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not, a lot of people go with that. And what comes to your mind if I say what would you say men are better at than women?
I don't know. A lot. I think both have their pluses and minuses. I think men are better at probably guarding themselves. Yeah.
Not so good with the emotions. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Yeah. Well, they're good at a lot of things, but that's
Nothing that you can think of right now.
no, that's just the one that came up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like muscle stuff. Usually we're pretty good at muscles.
Muscle stuff?
You know, like strength.
Sure.
That's an easy one. That's a go-to one.
Oh, I think women are good at that too. Yeah.
But like as a tendency, generally speaking, you know, women are more connected to the emotions, but men are usually a little bit more muscly, you know.
I think that's been the stereotype, but I think that's definitely changing, you know?
You think women genetically are catching up to men in strength?
Yeah, I think the emphasis on men having to be so strong and like that sort of stereotype, I think that's going down.
You think that it's an emphasis on men being strong, or men just are naturally just stronger because of their genetics?
Oh, interesting. I think women are just as strong as men.
Hey, all right. Have you been here before? Like, have any of you been here before? In a conversation, you think you're having a normal adult conversation. You're questioning things that you're almost level setting. You're not even having a conversation yet. You're trying to begin a conversation. So you try to level set. You level set by just throwing out some facts that everyone can agree on. And have you ever been in a situation where you try to level set with like obvious facts and like the whole conversation breaks down? It's like you try to just agree on common truths. You know what I'm saying? Like you might try to say, you know, as humans, we really don't know what comes after life or something like that. Like general truths, no one knows the answer to it. So you try to level set and then you realize that you're deep. You realize that like there are some people grasping onto some belief that they have so strongly that you can't even level set. You can't even level set with a basic question. Have you ever been in a situation like that? Like I've been in a situation too many times, you know, where I ask a question, I'm like, you know what, let me just see what they think about this. And I start to watch people build this wall that's so this defensive mechanism, a wall that's so freaking crazy that I've learned to just go with it and just I've learned that it's better to just let people have their belief, right? Like once I realize I'm treading that water when I realize that this person has probably built their whole life on this belief. And even though I think this is a basic question I'm asking, I'm questioning their entire identity. Like I'm making them question their entire existence. Like sometimes you can be asking a basic question, but someone has built the fabric of their belief in their life on a basic question. And by forcing them to actually consider that their perspective is wrong, is forcing them to be almost unrecognizable to themselves. Like you're making them question their entire life. I've actually grown to understand this as I matured. Like, cause I used to be like, man, why in the world did that conversation go that way? You know? But come to find out, man, people will build their whole belief. People will build their life. People will build their identity of themselves on top of an idea that they don't fully understand. And yeah, man, you could be like almost decomposing someone's life by asking a basic question. But let's see, man. Let's see.
I don't know.
Physically?
Yeah, I do.
But they're not though, right? They're not. Like, look at this. I'm a normal dude. Look at my size. I'm just bigger, right? So I'm gonna have more muscle. That's a normal. It's just how it is. It's not.
But not all men.
No, there are of course exceptions, right? Of course, there's men who are like this tall, and you could just slap them and beat them up with one hand. But generally speaking,
come on, never try. Okay. When you have to use an exception to prove your point, you might be wrong. Okay, like you might be wrong. It's like saying the sky is blue, and it's like, nah, it's not blue. Look at this picture. The sky is red, and it's like a rare lunar eclipse or something like that. Like, yeah, a specific case, yeah, the sky is in blue, but it's literally blue almost always. So when you get to where you have to use an exception to prove your point, you probably need to take a step back and just understand that you're on the wrong side of the fence, and you need to reconsider your perspective. Nothing's wrong with that. Let's keep going.
Yeah, of course, there's men who are intuitive and very emotional and in their hearts and very good at connecting with their emotions too. But that's more rare than a woman who naturally would be more inclined to be connected to her emotion. You know what I mean? Like we just have differences, and that's what we're just exploring. You know.
Oh, look at her.
We just find it really interesting how people are scared to say that we're different. I think it's okay to say that we're different. We all have our things that we're good at. Doesn't mean any sex is superior, but we're just different. We're just not the same, you know?
I think it's just the word strong is a difficult one to apply to this, because it's like saying women aren't strong.
We're only talking about physical strength. We're not talking like overall strength or goodness or any of those things. Just physically. That's all it was.
Yeah, I think I get that. But I'm just questioning if there's another word that might, make it easier for people to say yes or no to that,
I don't know. What's another good word for strong?
No, that's what I'm proposing.
Look how complicated this basic conversation is. This is an objective fact. Man, this is an objective fact. This happens way too much, honestly. You know how many times I've been in a situation where I proposed an objective fact and people had an opinion on an objective fact. People had an opinion. People debated me on objective facts. An objective fact that means that means it's true no matter what we believe. You can't have an opinion on an objective fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, water's a liquid. Like that's non-debatable. I mean, we could talk about the different forms of water, but that's not why. If it's evaporated, it's not water anymore. So that's an objective fact. All right. Oh man, just look how complicated this conversation is, right? I honestly believe this guy has more questions to ask. I believe these are just opening questions. You know how many times I've asked opening questions to try to level set with people, and the whole conversation is ruined because you realize that those level setting questions, those objective facts that you try to lay out so everyone's on the same page, are deconstructing someone's whole fabric of their life. I've seen it. I think one of the best things about me, one of the most fortunate things about me that's helped me in life, to be honest, is I'm not anything I believe can be proven wrong. Like everything that I've come to believe in my life can be reconstructed, right? I can go somewhere, travel to a new place, learn about a new thing, have a new experience, and realize that everything I once knew was not correct. I'm not emotionally attached to what I believe. I only believe what I believe because that's the optimal ideology that I've come to understand, at least at this point in my life. It would be ignorant for me to believe that to stick to rigid beliefs such that they can't even change no matter what, right? Like if I believe that this is a ice cream cone, and I built my whole life on this being an ice cream cone, well, if I'm able to be disproved of that, and if someone can prove to me it's not an ice cream cone, I'm willing to change that belief. A lot of times people are built their life on these very, very shallow, very, very small building blocks of beliefs, right? It's little building blocks, low general building blocks. And they don't question those. They just leave them. And when you go and you try to freaking tamper with those, you're really making them reconsider their entire life. It's a big deal, man. I used to be so confused by these concepts. Like, why in the world did this conversation go wrong? It used to mind boggle me. I'm like, I was trying to level set. I didn't even get to have a conversation because I was questioning the general beliefs of someone. But I've learned that this runs deep, man. There's something about the human. We can get attached to some stuff, man. Let's keep going.
Thing is,
It's a good word though. Strong is the word. Strong. Look at that.
Strong is the word.
So yeah, that's but don't you think it's interesting though that that you yourself, you kind of struggled when we asked what are men better at? You kind of it was a struggle. It was like there was some part of you that didn't want to admit that.
because you don't want to go towards I don't want to go towards the like hyper masculinity and like feed into that sort of like box that men are put in, and there's a box women are put in, and so I think it's a challenging time to be like, what. Well,
here's what I think. I
mean, there is a box to a certain extent. You are a woman. He's a man. There are boxes. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there are some boxes, right? We divide things and we categorize things. That's a tree. Your hair is blonde. His is seemingly black. I mean, we categorize things. I don't really know what's happening here. I've been in conversations like this where I'm like, what in the world is happening? I was trying to have a conversation. What?
I think by admitting that we're different, but ultimately we're just two halves of one coin, right? Like we need each other, we love each other. So for real happiness and joy and peace to happen on the planet, we need to accept that we're different, but not see any one side as superior or better. Just that we're just different, and then we accept those differences. We love each other. We come together, and we make beautiful babies.
This guy has not said anything wrong. He hasn't even articulated. His tone was even correct. This guy has not said anything wrong or offensive. It's amazing. Let's see, man. Let's see.
That's what I think.
Are you asking if I agree or?
Well, no, that's just what I think. But do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that everyone's different. I think, yeah.
Do you?
Do I think everybody's different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Hello, sir. Do you guys want to come talk to us? If anybody's wondering why the faces of a couple of certain gentlemen are blurred during this video, it's not because I don't want you to see black people. It's not like I'm trying to save all you from the evil black people. I love black people. in a lot of situations more than white people. But one of these guys happened to have complained.
Wait a minute. Oh man, I gotta go to sleep, man. I don't even know if that's as funny as it is, but I haven't been asleep. Watch this. This is ridiculous. Wait a minute. I gotta rewind that. Let me hear him one more time, bro. This is too perfect.
He's wondering why the faces of a couple of certain gentlemen are blurred during this video. It's not because I don't want you to see black people. It's not like I'm trying to save all you from the evil black people. I love black people. In a lot of situations more than white people.
Bro, why don't I believe you? Okay, you just I don't know if I believe you, bro. Let me see. All right, man. I'm not gonna even comment on that one. He just caught me off guard. I'm not even commenting on that one. All right.
One of these guys happened to have complained to YouTube that I used their likeness without their permission, and that's why this video was originally taken down. That's a whole story, and I rant about that in a separate video on my second channel. Link is below. Enjoy. I think they like you more. I think they like you. How you doing? How you doing? You want to come talk to us? We're talking about the differences between men and women, and we're just asking people. She's not okay. Well, I don't know. How am I gonna fix it? She's not crying. I haven't. I didn't ask anything. I was just asking what's the difference between men and women. Is she crying? All right, let's go talk to her. How's it going?
What are y'all doing?
We're talking to people on the streets.
About what?
About the difference between men and women. What men are great at. What women are great at. Everything.
What is this for?
You want to talk to us?
But who are you for? Like, what is this for?
For my YouTube channel.
Why is this being confrontational? Why is
It's not a confrontation.
I'm very curious.
You upset the lady you were talking to. She's
Oh.
feeling upset today.
I haven't asked anything upsetting at all.
So what have you asked? What are some of the questions you've asked?
I'm gonna go through them with you. You want to do it? No. Let's go through the questions. Let's go through the questions. All right. So we're gonna go through the questions.
There's no need to be confrontational.
Pause it. You were very confrontational to that woman.
Hang on.
Were you confrontational?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think.
I know that was intense, right? So when that happened, I couldn't believe. I'm gonna share with you guys what happened, just because it's interesting, right? I couldn't believe it because, I didn't ask anything wrong at all. I was just questioning her belief that.
I don't know. I guess that's the end of it. I guess apparently she supposedly cried in this situation. But either way, man, this is some real stuff. All right. Like, I've been in situations where I've been questioning basic, like pretty much level setting, excited about a conversation, want to talk to somebody. Like, you know what? Let me level set so we're on the same page. Let me start to ask some basic questions. And then I realized that I've totally lost my audience. All right. My audience is totally disengaged. I've clearly done something wrong. I've completely offended my audience and the person I'm having a conversation with. It's confused me for years until I was mature enough to understand that humans, like as human beings, it's typical for us to create these very large and very powerful emotional attachments to things we believe. Like a lot of times we don't even have to know why we believe what we believe. Like we don't have to even be able to prove it, right? You'll be surprised how many people believe things that they can't even explain, you know? And everyone thinks that they believe something unique or believe something that's just special. That's just what it is. And you'll be surprised how many people will never never uncover their beliefs and say, you know what, let me question all of this stuff. So I'm proud that I'm like that, man. Anything that I believe, I'm willing to change it if I'm educated on something new. I've always changed. Most of the things I previously believed, I don't even believe anymore because I became more educated and I became smarter and I adjusted my beliefs. I'll continue to do that. All right. You know, when you make the decision to say, you know what I believe is the truth and the only truth, and I'm never changing it. You're probably you're probably gonna limit yourself. All right. We're constantly the goal is to constantly mature and evolve into the best version of yourself, whether it's your ideologies, you know, whatever, man. You get it. This can be a toxic situation. That's gonna be the review, man. This was kind of interesting, kind of weird. I thought I was gonna see a cry in the video based upon the title, but either way, man. Once again, if you like this content, hit that like button, subscribe so you can see more of the videos, notifications so you can see those immediately. I promise to keep the heat coming, guys. I gotta get some sleep. I've been up all night, man. Peace.